everybody. On this day before the solstice, which is when this is being recorded. And we just want to reheart you that we are hosting a meditation in our tiny chat room, which you can find the link at the bottom of this video. The room will open at 10:30 a.m. and we will host meditations at 11:11 a.m. Pacific and 1 p.m. Pacific. The Galactic Free Press Update. The ball is rolling, and the truth is coming out. Bringing humanity home. Energy and event update. With love, from the Galactic Center, the real news and the whole truth. Greetings, love beings. When we announced that once the ball got rolling, it was going to roll fast, and we were not kidding. You can see this energy on the move in the rising protests that are popping up across the planet, with police joining the protesters, and the continuing support for whistleblowers and the truth, and the true love speakers who are revealing that which has been hidden. All secrets will be revealed, and is now underway on all levels of this planet's vibrational frequencies. As a result, multitudes of beings will now be stepping forward. Quoted from brave whistleblower Edward Snowden. Truth is coming out, and it cannot be stopped. And quoted from David Icke. The people are speaking already. We have had enough, and the world is going to change. End of quote. Truly, the truth is coming out, and it cannot be stopped. The new Earth energies are on the move. You can see the signs of this across the planet as more of humanity gather together and begin standing up in love truly for themselves and each other, which is the true reality. We send all of our love and energy for the highest outcome to unfold in a peaceful way. The people do have the real power, and all the incoming energy will support this. This will become more self-evident in the days and weeks to come. It's over for the denser energies of fear, pain, and suffering. Humanity is living on a planet which said no more to the illusion. Love is not here to play games. Love is here as a symbol of truth and true change, to bring in the true reality where everyone is in love, harmony, and peace. Quoted from Wes Annick. The cabals haven't wanted us to come together and convene as a collective on the various ways we can assert ourselves and uproot them with our sheer strength in numbers. The society many of us wish to build will adhere to the ideals of peace, abundance, and prosperity for every person, as these are basic ideals that likely resonate with the majority of people on this planet. It's time for us all to unite and stand up. We've been taught to believe in divisiveness, for so long, and this is due to the cabal's desire to make sure we're always kept separated so that we don't understand our oneness and the massive strength we possess as a collective body. Even they know that if every last one of us stood up and proclaimed our sovereignty while beginning to build a new society beyond the limitations imposed on us, they'd be powerless to stop us. We wouldn't need to look towards disclosure, though it would likely happen soon after, or a galactic uprooting of the cabal. Upon getting truly motivated and working to spread the message of the higher realms to every last person on this earth, will ignite the full-on spiritual evolution that will lead to the establishment of our galactic society. We'll encourage every person who will help make aware to stand up for themselves and their ordained rights as citizens of this planet, and along the way, will continually encourage and reinforce the idea of arising peacefully. It's time to set ourselves apart from many of the revolutionaries of our past. It's time to establish and feed peace on a widespread level, and it's time for every last one of us to become actively involved in this earth. The time has come, and it's plain to see. End of quote. As humanity stands up, what was once hidden will now be revealed. This moment has arrived, and this energy momentum will not be dying down anytime soon. The highest visions of love, called the Golden Age, will really begin manifesting quickly now. Quoted from Sal Rochelet. Greetings, light workers, and welcome to another solstice, a time of maximum sunlight for the northern hemisphere and minimal sunlight for the southern hemisphere. Today's topic is the apocalypse, the time period we are now living in. This word has been used in religious scriptures, often with frightening connotations. However, it literally means the revealing of that which has been hidden. In other words, it is a precursor to a new vision of golden age of peace and prosperity. Reaching the new golden age is not going to be easy. God is not going to do everything for us. We must roll up our sleeves and get to work building this new world, because we are the co-creators with God, not passive recipients. Before we can create the world we have all dreamed of, everything that is false and negative must come to the surface of the consciousness in order to be healed, forgiven, and released. This is what we are seeing in the world today. The recent revelation that government agencies are spying on people in America is just one example. In our personal lives, it means telling the truth more completely and openly, especially with ourselves. We cannot stuff our feelings or pretend they do not exist, or sooner or later they will be in our face. Purification and cleansing is not easy. In fact, for most of humanity, this is the most difficult time ever experienced on planet Earth. Those that steadfastly refuse to wake up, who ignore the more and more obvious messages that things are out of balance, are the ones who will have the hardest time in the years to come. The systems under which we live are out of balance with the natural laws of the universe. Our economic systems are based on scarcity and lack, while the universe is ultimately abundant. Therefore, these systems must undergo radical transformation in the years to come, and they will. Whether the transition to a more enlightened way of exchanging goods and services is smooth or rough depends on our state of consciousness. Are we willing to make the necessary changes and go from a mentality of consumerism to one of responsible stewardship of the earth? Consumerism is based on the ego perception that we are inadequate and need more and more stuff in order to be okay. This is an illusion and must be healed, forgiven, and released. End of quote. And quoted from James Gilliland. Now is the time to release the past. Heal all the wounds and traumas from past experiences. Align with the soul and spirit and act within universal law, principles, and understandings necessary for a healthy society and environment. Step out of your pain bodies. Forgive yourself and others. Make your own personal God, Creator, Spirit connection and act on that inner guidance. Any guidance of a lower nature will only cause more pain, more suffering, and more loss. Unity consciousness is a wave that is exponentially building. Nothing will stand in its way. It is all about choice and action. Now choose and act wisely. This will determine your tomorrow. Be well. My mantra is, only love shall come to me and through me. End of quote. Many, through this incoming solstice energy, will be activated and initiated into the light on planet Earth, equal heart. Homeward into the light we go. Love is here, and love is at the forefront of this planet, despite outside appearances. You can see the visible changes now appearing all over the planet as the new Earth energies, with this solstice and the full supermoon arriving. Woohoo! If you're paying attention, it's all happening, and it's happening quickly. These energies are preparing us for big events unfolding, and many of us can feel this. Enjoy the ride. Love is here. Quoted from Shante Gabriel. You did it. You made it through the wormhole into the light. There is great rejoicing in the celestial realms as you now enter the new time of awakening light. Revel in it. Rejoice in the light. This is the time when those in the northern hemispheres are basking in more light than you have ever experienced. Those in the southern hemisphere are also basking in waves of divine light streaming from the spiritual realms, even though it is less apparent in their outer world. So, rejoice. And again we say rejoice. Use this time. Make hay while the sun shines, so says the old farmer's expression, and it applies to this time in which you live as well. Forward movement is at last upon you, and there is great expansiveness in the planetary realms that supports your ascension. Like racehorses at the starting gate, you have been gathering energy all year for this time of movement. With very few exceptions, all are feeling the momentum of great change. Those of you who have been diligently applying yourself to new visions, clarifying your dreams, and creating the framework for the new foundations you want in your life, will find your efforts rewarded in this next coming time period. The next season from the solstice on June 21st to the equinox on October 21st will give you a preview of the new realities you have been creating on an inner level. Like the proverbial stars that you are, some of you will be bursting like comets through the skies, blazing the trails for those that follow. Many are feeling a calling within your hearts for a new work that fulfills the stirrings of your soul. This will be your time to bring it forward. As we have said many times, and the masters of the ages have encouraged, there is only the present moment in which to immerse your true being and manifest the reality you desire. As the power from the realms of awakening continues to escalate, you are in an initiation of light that will be activated on this solstice. This is your time to become aware of the deepest impressions from your soul, where your gifts, talents, and skills you were born with have been housed. On this solstice, activate and empower them. Then release these offerings from your soul to the pure, expansive light of God, Goddess, all that is. End of quote. And quoted from Christine Mallorise. The solstice occurring on June 21st, 2013, is going to be such an event as we are coming more into oneness with each of you. This means that the individuals upon the earth plane that are awakened will be asked to step forward and accept their role in the history of this planet of becoming more involved in light energies to occur. End of quote. And quoted from Lawrence Kogo, "Dearly beloveds, we gather this day to honor each and every choice you have made to unify in accordance with the law of oneness. We bring forth your scepters of sovereignty and ordain each of you into Christhood. Through this ceremony of honor, we ask that each of you step forward to receive your accolades. We are your brothers and sisters from home. We are those who called forth to assist and to guide you this very moment, and why we have immensely enjoyed watching you grow toward the light of the new sun. Our services are no longer needed. You are now the risen ones, pray tell." And that was from the Pleiadian High Council. Now more from Lauren. "There are a multitude of love waves coming, and those who have moved into unity will finally be able to catch these waves and ride these crests, while those still caught in the illusion of separation will continue to get tumbled around on the ocean floor. Ultimately, we all end up in the same place via the same currents of energy. It's just those that are still focused on duality will be at the mercy of these tides, whereas those in unity will finally be masters of them. I am hearing that the last new moon was responsible for bringing to us a new beginning unlike any other, even if we can't fully feel it yet, mostly because of our major planetary players involved, namely Jupiter. I've been hearing a lot of chatter about that big guy lately and how it is so interrelated with our emergence as true ones. And even though the unseens are widely enthusiastic about the planets this month, they also make it clear that all the planetary involvement in our changing reality has more to do with our arrival in 5D and less to do with the specific frequencies each of these celestial bodies will bring to the surface of our awareness. In other words, we are here now, anchoring in the here and now, because of us. And to that they extend, "A job well done, comrades." End of quote. The visible signs of the consciousness raising on the planet are now unfolding and cannot be stopped. As a result, all will be revealed. We are getting a lot of assistance for this to occur and for peace to spread across this planet. The divine plan is in full activation and trumps all the illusion or denser energies. As we shared in our last update, the energy coming in currently has not been here for over 13,000 years. So what is unfolding is huge and historical for this planet. Love energy does not wait for egos. Love energy moves full speed ahead. 5D, here we come. Quoted from Jose Sanchez. "It is through the supreme love and absolute truth that I now come to you to give you a message of love and divine understanding for you and all of humanity. May you all heed my words and follow with the purity of your hearts. I am here to welcome you into the grand awakening taking place throughout this universe and your gem of a planet known to us as the pearl of the sun. You have, as a whole, reached a crucial and tipping point in your spiritual evolution, a tipping point that many may have been taken lightly and many have gone unaware of. We know of the trailblazers, the explorers, who have been pushing forth, and we of the Great Alliance of Light acknowledge you and bless you. We are also aware that many of you are eagerly awaiting for our return, and although we haven't come forth in a way that would satisfy many an ego, do know that we are here, constantly, inspiring you and sending you thoughts of love and of light. Many of our representatives of Earth, those aware and those unaware, are doing a wonderful job bringing forth the understanding to the rest of humanity and the acceptance of you all. Although slow it might seem, it is making us proud and in awe of your perseverance despite the seeming lack of connection. You are truly great gods and goddesses in training, You are the ones that the Supreme Creator put his trust. You are the ones capable of bringing change into all of existence. You are the catalysts for great change to creation, and the explorers who are uplifting the Supreme Creators to the next level of his/her beingness. Your dreams and goals are great, and you will all be gratified in the days to come. Time for the Great Awakening is here, and the time for celebration is upon you. Rejoice, for you have all fulfilled your divine plan, and now it is a matter of simply changing your perception to see the great changes that have taken place. It is now that you must start enjoying the fruits of your labor. End of quote. And quoted from Earth Ally Ron. I'll bet that before 2012, you never even heard of synchronicity. Well, it's an indicator of the mystical, the unexplainable, the divine. These are memos from God, or Creator Source, that rehard us that we are eternal beings of light and to be in peace. When we raise our awareness, vibrations, through embodying these reminders, we achieve a state of grace. The whole world can be falling apart right before our eyes, and we notice with compassion, but do not become part of the drama. From that perspective, we become empowered to be the most effective healers, rebuilders, helpers, teachers, whatever we came here to do. Everyone who is aware enough to be on this, or many other sites like the Galactic Free Press, is here for a very special reason. No one can do your part in the divine plan better than you. End of quote. And quoted from San Leasol, The Big Event. This is Ashtar speaking. I want to share this message with you because we are almost ready for the big event. All preparations have been done, and the critical mass of consciousness has been reached. The public opinion about their governments is an all-time low, and a lot of people don't want to be a part of the situation anymore. The wars and the so-called crisis and other created illusions. What steps do you have to take? Well, you have to be patient, and you have to be prepared. Trust and allow the light to come and be in. And quoted from Sheldon Neidle. Each passing moment brings the dark cabal closer to its inevitable demise. We watch with compassion as it comes to recognize and grapple with the outcome of its choices, the total collapse of all it's known. The new governments, which will succeed the old, is to explain the master plan for change and the approximate schedule, and some of it is likely to astound even those of you who are most informed. These broadcasts will lead swiftly to a full disclosure of our benevolent existence and our reasons for being here. Heaven watches all this very closely and assures us that you are to shift according to the divine schedule, which translates into a specific time frame. You stand now on the brink of this time as your divine moment is at hand. As you look around you, it behooves you to perceive the immense significance of this most unique and precious moment. Each day we interact with your dark cabal and wonder at its dogged and seemingly oblivious stance at the prospect of any future change. In truth, it is simply doing what the divine so desires. On the one hand, it deeply believes in itself and its invincibility, and on the other, it watches in panic as its many plans are thwarted by the changing conditions thrown up by the collision between its desires and your incoming divine reality. It now recognizes this dichotomy to be unattainable, as it sees just how close is the collapse of its world, and a sense of doom has overcome the leadership groups as they stare into the face of the unknown. They are starting to see that the invincibility and power they took so for granted are illusions, and all the plans they had made ultimately pipe dreams. Hence their disarray mounts, and their ability to direct the affairs of the world falters and wanes. As their grip weakens, the incoming light picks up the slack, and now a great shift toward the light is upon us. Your reality has arrived at what is called its divine shift point. During the next stages of operations, unprecedented announcements are to be broadcast, accompanied by disclosure. Your new government is to be fully transparent and a true instrument of the divine. Miracles and wonders will be in order of the day. Take a moment to realize the deep importance of what lies in front of you. It is all too easy to underestimate the impact of these events on your emotions, your lives, your neighborhoods, and humanity at large. The seemingly impossible will be rolled out before you, evoking a befitting gratitude and humility from deep within. But feel also the triumph, as all you have envisioned so patiently and for so long at last comes true. This is no time to go into ho-hum mode. It is what all your work and dedication have been focused upon. And now your strength and compassion are needed still, as the dark ones go through their trials of accountability and then take their places amongst you. As you return to full consciousness, all pain and anger will vanish, as this will be the past. We come at a time of joy and a great shift in your reality. Meanwhile, millennia have been leading up to this moment. You are bearing witness to something very special, which most have thought impossible. We suggest that the time remaining would be useful for reflection. It is important to see what is happening and prepare yourselves for a sacred journey of truth and love. You are to interact with those who long ago were allowed only indirect access to you as you fell into limited consciousness. Over the ensuing millennia, these family members were permitted only a small amount of direct interaction with you. This is now to change, and you will be able to see them over the broadcast media and occasionally in person. You will learn about love and that abundance in all things is the nature of this universe. You will learn how to flourish in a world free from want and strife and harsh one-sided rules. You will see how transformed your surface realm becomes. Then, deep within your sacred mother, you can return to full consciousness and learn about your destiny. We rejoice in all that is happening. This beautiful, changing planet is beginning to express the exuberance and joy of a being who is moving her inner and her surface realms back into unity. You too are set to receive a wonderful series of gifts from heaven. And quoted from Karen Lacey, Letter to President Obama from a Lightworker. We are millions in service of creating the new Earth in the frequency range of the fifth dimension. As Lightworkers, we are raising the vibration of the planet through ourselves. In other words, we are living the change that we want to experience in this planet. In my long journey of awakening, I have been serving as the lone servant by playing the role of the child that tells that the emperor was wearing no clothes. In other words, once awake, the game is over. You cannot participate anymore, for you see the world for what it is, a holographic illusion. I am a sovereign being. I follow the paradigm of what a brilliant indigo child summed up in a poem on one of these discussion boards. Here's what they said. The government is a reflector of those it governs. Those who can govern themselves have no need for government. Those who deny their self-sovereignty have a government of tyranny. Those who do not want to hear the truth have a government that lies. Those who imprison their own wills have a government that reflects the denial of their freedom. Those who don't want to think for themselves have a government that does the thinking for them. Those who have no inner unity have a government enforcing separation. Get it? The divine energy on planet Earth equal heart. Dear President Obama, if you are of the light, then you agree with me that awakened humans have outgrown the need for government laws. The laws of governments are made by the leaders and the controllers of the people in order to serve them, not us the people. Once awakened, people are guided from within. We, awakened ones, follow our innate guidance system that tells us at every moment whether we are connected to Source or disconnected from Source, namely through our feelings. The new world that we are now creating on Earth is a world of self-guided human beings. A connected human is incapable of harming another, for he or she lives with the inner knowing of the interconnection of all things. He/she is rooted in the feeling of oneness. This is where humanity is heading for. We are going to leave the world of duality behind. We learned everything there was to learn about limitation and separation. We all yearn for home. We who are awake can't wait for the great shift. It will be a joyous event of monumental proportion. It may come as a gigantic ripple of relief washing over and through the earth and all her inhabitants and holding us in a state of pure bliss. Ah, so be it. What has been hidden must now be revealed. End of quote. Indeed, there is definitely an element of excitement and love in the air on planet Earth equal heart, as a lot of energy movement is occurring, and truths are being pushed to the surface to be revealed on many levels. As anticipated, we have entered a huge energetic gateway where many upgrades, changes, and transformations are taking place. Energetically speaking, what is currently unfolding are several big events. You never know how this incoming solstice energy being released to the planet after 13,000 years will affect everyone. Either way, we are in the ride of our lives. Yeehaw. Quoted from Anna Merkaba. Dear children of light, in a few days of your Earth time, there will be a grand event occurring in the sky above your Gaia. The alignment of the planets are going to allow for the sun to increase its energies, to be released and sent down to Earth from the cosmos and from Source, from all that is, in order to improve all of your lives further still. The event that we are referring to is that which you call the summer solstice. And this time is all about love. Yes, love. Love eternal, unconditional, and pure love of the cosmic race is going to bask and caress the planet and each and every single one of you on Earth in this powerful light. Love, in its purest form, will fill your hearts and allow for much needed cleansing and release for each one of you. End of quote. Decreed by heaven. This solstice is a unique energy which is being released to the planet and has been dormant for over 13,000 years. Many will be initiated into the light and the new Earth at this time for balanced harmonics energy on the surface of planet Earth, equal heart. This is a divine plan manifesting now. Remember, loves, we are not in a time linear schedule. We are in a divine one. Thank you for spreading these messages to others and keeping your hearts open and staying tuned in. And transmission in all love is unconditionally. We are so in love with humanity. Love the Galactic Free Press staff, humanity's Earth allies, the Company of Heaven, and the First Contact Ground Crew team. We love you.